guys, today's Wednesday's video. I think no unboxing for you guys today, but I think I want to take today's video's opportunity, I guess, to talk to you about why I've decided to look into the pre-loved market specifically for Louis Vuitton bags. If you've been looking at my sort of recent videos, I've made quite a few kind of new purchases via the Louis Vuitton official website. I did a video about how to stock some of the hard to get items, and as you can see here, I've laid out my Nano Speedy. I have not got a chance to use it because of the COVID situation, but I really am happy that I made the purchase, and it's super cute. But also with these new purchases, I kind of noticed that the quality on these bags are not really comparable to some of the vintage pieces that I also own. And that's kind of the reason why I started looking into how to buy some of the really nice condition but pre-loved items. So I think one of the main thing I've noticed and that really kind of bothers me is how their stitching on their bags looks like. So I've decided to do it in this angle so you guys can see it clearly. I mean, for the new customers, I think to Louis Vuitton, this might look normal to you guys. This is, so from the front side, you can see the stitching is all right. But if you flip around, the back side is very not that pretty. And I think I've said this many times. So this is what the new pieces look like. Again, this is a brand new kind of piece that I just acquired. There's no I've not used it yet. It just came like that. And I've also purchased the Nano Noe, and the strap look exactly the same. Like the front side looks all right, but the back stitching is just very not pretty, not very consistent, and you can see there are like just like holes that are kind of stretched out and things like that. And if I compare it to my previous, so this bag here, oh my gosh, I actually don't remember the year of this bag. It's the Louis Vuitton Bria bag in the Bernice leather. It's very pretty. I've used it quite a bit when I first got it. I haven't used it for a while now, but I think it is actually a very nice size for work. And it's just so beautiful. There's a nice kind of light patina still on this bag, so it is still fairly new. So you can see that I haven't been using it quite as often, because if you compare that to my Speedy, you would know. But look at the strap. So I'll do a side-by-side of the straps. So the Bria bag comes with like a detachable, adjustable strap that looks like this. And obviously it's got a little bit of patina on it. And, you know, I will just do a comparison to you guys. So this, again, is the back side of the Nano Speedy. And this is the back of my Bria bag strap. So you can clearly just see the stitching work on the bags are so different. And the front, I'll do a comparison as well. I mean, the front looks okay on the Nano and on the other strap, but look how neat the older bags are made. I mean, I don't even know if right now they still do handmade bags. Like, I assume they're still handmade, but I mean, obviously, whoever is being trained to make them, I guess it's not as experienced or as well trained as all the masters who were making the more vintage pieces, for sure. So again, this is my Bria bag strap. You can see like the stitching is neat front or back. And if you just examine the overall strap, like there's no issue. Everything is so well made. Like, you know, everything, it's very kind of neatly stitched. The leather used is very good quality. The hardware, that's another thing I would say. It's look how gold and shiny and in perfect condition they're like. I've used it so that it's darkened a little bit at the hook here, but otherwise it's still in this gorgeous coated gold color. So both clasps are in like very nice condition. So this is a very nice strap that I can also use for my pochette accessoire and things like that. But that's just one thing. So another issue I've also complained to you guys about when I did unboxing on this one is there was an issue with the handle. So you can see now it's fairly, like I've kind of adjusted and it's kind of sitting okay, but it is still not super balanced. You can see this side is still sticking up a little bit. I think with use, it will be fine. Like if I hold up like this, and I think with some weight in the bag, I think eventually it wouldn't be an issue. But you know, that was something that really bothered me, and it was a lot worse when I first got it. So I didn't like that about the bag, and I contemplated about returning it, but decided to keep it. And I'm okay with it. Like I don't think it bothered me that much in the end. But if you look, so that's the one thing too, like it wasn't sitting properly, and the inside of it, it's actually also kind of wrinkly. So the one of the handle is kind of made perfectly, you know, there's like smooth leather inside, but if you look at this one, it's kind of twisted and wrinkly on the one side. So those are some of the issues. The zipper works well and everything, but like I said, it's not perfect. And again, you know, if another thing I've noticed with these toilet pouches or the pochette accessoire, they all come with this raw vachetta leather tab. And again, so the front stitching looks all right, but then the back, it's again, not very pretty. It's kind of all crooked and uneven. Unfortunately, I don't have another tab from my more older bags to show you guys, but I mean, again, if I look at the Bria bag, if I look at the handle, the front like of the handle and the stitching on the back, it's all done perfectly and even. So now, so again, I think this one is from not even that old. I believe it's like 2010-ish or 2013, something like that. So it's not a super old bag. It's not like vintage per se. I feel like vintage is about anything before 1990 or before 2000 would probably count as vintage at this point. So now this bag here, it's a gorgeous Nano Noe. I love it since I got it. It's just so beautiful. The color on the handle is just this perfect honeycomb color. And again, if you look at the strap, again, you can see some watermarks, like, you know, but the stitching on the strap is just, again, done perfectly. And you can feel like it's super sturdy, even though so this bag is from 1992. So it's got, you know, it's close to 20 years, but it still feels very, very sturdy. If you look at the hardware on this bag, it's still shiny. It's like made with real brass from those years. You know, you can see the shine still on these hardwares. And even the drawstring, it's still intact, but I mean, you can tell it's a bit more used. But again, it's just all made with more care and attention. I think the quality control back then would probably be way better. And, you know, you can tell from the final bag how they're being kind of presented. So other than the stitching on the straps, and I think again just overall stitchings on the bag. One other thing you can notice the difference is their dust bag really changed quality over the years. So I actually got 3 different bags here, 3 different dust bags. So I've got this messenger bag in the back. That's actually my husband's bag, but he's got this beautiful cotton, very thick cotton dust bag with his messenger bag. His bag is still in like pretty much perfect condition. He's barely used it, but the material that they use for these dust bag is amazing. It's very thick, very nice and soft and cottony. And then my bag for this one, for my Bria bag, which is, so he's got this one, I believe, in 2005. So it is a bit more like older, a bit more vintage, I guess. And this dust bag is just amazing. The other day he showed me his bag. I was like, oh my God, this dust bag is just in super high quality. I'm like, I don't think none of my dust bags are made like this. So this is the dust bag that I have for my Bria. Now they've kind of become a thinner material. It's not as soft on the inside either. So like you can see even by how much, like you can see through. You can see this one, you can completely see through the text. This one is less obvious. You can tell it's like a thicker, nicer material. The words on it, I think it's less dark also. You can see these print are a bit darker. The color is about the same, but I think his has a little bit more yellow tone to it, so a bit darker in color as well. And another thing, I mean, again, with the stitching, you can see these ones are not as neatly done. I mean, at the end of the day, it's just a dust bag, but it kind of just shows you how these things are made. See, previously, like this is the older one, is the stitching is a lot nicer. It had a drawstring with it. And you can see even the stitching on these dust bags are, I feel like it's better than the bags that they have right now. And okay, now moving forward, fast forward to the current one, which is the dust bag that I have came with the toiletry pouch 26. Now this is a very nice piece. I've done a recent video on this one. You can use it and it's quite versatile. You know, but like I said, it's just, there are some pieces like the Nano Speedy and the toiletry pouch and the key pouch and obviously the mini pochette as accessoire. Those are all the pieces that are really hard to find in general. If you're looking in the pre-loved market, they're probably quite worn out by now, given the number, like given how they could be very vintage. If they're really old, but they are still priced really high, then you gotta debate, like, does it make sense to go pre-loved? So if you can get your hands on a new one, then maybe that makes more sense. But again, I think with a like more vintage pieces, then you really, it's more going for those like less trendier pieces perhaps, and then you know, something that's suitable for your lifestyle and everything. But obviously there is a balance. Sorry, I lost track. But again, if you look at the stitching on this new one, I mean, actually this one is not horrible, but you can tell it's very thin. It's a lot thinner. It's like, I feel like it's probably half of the thickness of this original one. And then there is a darker color print on it. And the material is a lot lighter in color, so it's more like a lighter beige. It just overall, like if you can feel it yourself, you can tell it's not as luxurious. This is nice and thick and heavy, and this is really like flimsy and light and made with like a thinner fabric. But again, it's just to show that, you know, not only the bags themselves, but even the dust bag, you can tell that they've changed the quality and the material that they've selected over the years. And just something to think about when you're selecting your bags, and then, you know, the money that you have to pour into it, and things like that. But I've just started exploring the vintage purchase realm, and by no means an expert, but just sharing my preliminary thoughts on on vintage bags, and just a little vent about current qualities. I don't know if I'll stop buying, you know, new Louis Vuitton bags, but definitely looking into buying more vintage pieces as well. And very soon I'll be posting a video of all my entire Louis Vuitton collections, and I am very excited about that video. So I hope you stay tuned, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.